Now, so we have a little lipstick on you. We haven't put any gloss on you yet. But before I do that, I'm going to just put a little tiny bit of a glow on you. A little tiny bit of a, it's a peachy, pinky, flamingo, shrimpy kind of blush, keeping it way back here. You actually don't want to go past the outside corner of your eye. That's what the blush goes from there back. If you bring it into here, it will add weight and fullness to the face. So that's why I took the light. So I'm taking it here and straight off the face, in other words. And then you can just kind of just residual on the cheekbone, and I always like to put it right here because I basically am going to make you up in a lifestyle look like you're a seashell. Just beautiful seashell colors. Now here's my other little piece. You're still too light under here for me. I'm now going to take this corally, it's a light shrimpy kind of color, and I'm going to take a little brush and I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to warm that up until all that white in there is going to go away, but you'll still be forward. See how it makes it dissipate? Mm-hmm. That's what we want to do. We don't want that Rocky Raccoon thing going on. So that's what it does. And there you go. And that looks like you have on less makeup. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the bronzer. You have some people have a little bit of a fluid retention here, and that's light, and raise your brow for me. I'm going to go in there and minimize that. I'm going to erase that. It all has to do with light and dark. And we'll just make it go away. I'm going to do it one more time and look down that way. There you go. And that should make that. You only have it really on one side, but I'll just do a fraction on the other, so residual on the other. There you go. So now the next thing I want to do that I think I still feel is important is I'm going to try to move that bone back even a tiny bit more. It's a little bit heavier on this side. All of us are asymmetrical. But see how I erased it again? Mm-hmm. And now the other one looks white. So I'd rather you do it in subtle 10-15% kind of corrections instead of a very heavy dark correction. See how the bone just goes away? Mm-hmm. And that's all there is to it. And then in time, I'm now just going to take my brush with nothing on it and just make sure it's all blended out. I'm not going to go back down into there with the direct application, but look down for me. I can for a little bit of residual. Residual is just a lighter glaze. There you go. I'm happy about that. I'm going to do a little bit of residual on here, and I'm happy about that. Boom. So there you go. Now the eyes are bluer. The more I put browns, browns, oranges, warm tones around your eyes, a blue eye, it makes them appear more blue. Not that you're not the most sculpted, exquisite thing to begin with, but if I wanted to, I could take a little bit of the same kind of contoury stuff, and I could, you know, for a girls' night out, just see I'm just cutting it, but I'm staying under the bone. That's the important part. Stay underneath the bone there, so when the light hits it, it looks like it's in your shadow. So that's just an exaggeration. It's just I want to take a little bit of this and smooth this down. Just exaggerating it slightly, not too much. And there you go. You can see I'm just kind of sculpting your face with color, but you should not see it. And turn towards me. You always want it to kind of get back up into that ear there. Your ears are always another color. You see that on CNN. They have this beautiful bronze face, and they have these white ears. So you don't want to make that mistake. So now you look like, okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
And we haven't even gotten started. This is your, you know, if they're worthy, you take it further than this. If not, you just show up with your great haircut and your shiny, glorious hair color, and you're done. But let's pretend that they are worthy. And now I'm going to do the tricky part. This is called the big girl makeup. This is where it gets very interesting. I'm going to actually, I'm not going to give you a liner on the outside per se, because you don't have a lot of lid for a liner. I'm going to do your liner on the inside of the eye. And as you can see, this eye is more rounded. This eye is a little more cut off. So I'm going to put it on the inside of the eye, meaning on the upper under lash piece. And then I'm going to have to cheat it right here to round this piece off because your eye is being pulled. It's called a slow eye, S-L-O-E. It's pulling, and when it does that, it's going to cut your iris off. So I have to make it round. So I'm going to just add depth here. I'm going to add depth and cheat on the outside to make that eye more open like this side. And here comes the big girl stuff. Do you wear contacts?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
No.
Dang it. Okay, this can be a little tricky, but 99% of women can do it, and only about 9% of men can do it, but we'll see if you can handle it, okay? Here we go. So your chin's up, and you look straight into the mirror, and don't flare your eye. I'm just going to watch me do it in the mirror if you can. I'm going to put it on the inside here. This is a gel. It dries. It's like a tattoo. When it's on there, it's dry. You own it. It'll be on there for at least 24 hours, sometimes maybe more. And see how it gave you drama and an eyeliner? But there is no eyeliner on the outside of the eye. It's only on the inside of the eye. So, What do you think about it?
It's great. Opens my eye right up.
And makes it look like your lashes are thicker.
Yeah.
So that's really what it's all about. It's about giving you a lot of drama in an undetectable fashion. So I'm going to go on the outside of the eye right now that we talked about earlier. Go ahead and look down from me. I'm going to go on the outside of the eye. There you go. So there, the eye's looking a little larger, a little
Yeah.
bigger. Do you see it that way?
I absolutely do.
Okay, honey. I'm going to take and brush out, that color is called Endangered. It's a blue-green color. Now, you don't, like I said, you don't have much of a lid for real eyeliner. So I'm taking something called Ivy League. It's a green, and of course green takes out red, and you have those little red veins on the lid. So I'm putting this as your eyeliner. I'm going to stand up to do it and then just look down. But I'm actually calling it a lash liner. I'm getting it right down into the base of the lash on top. Because an eyeliner, again, is going to erase your lid, and I want all the lid I can get, because that's what's going to keep your features compressed. I'm going to wing it out on the end over there. See, so I elongate a little bit. So it looks kind of smoky, not as crisp and light as that one. But it's still not harsh. And again, it's a lash liner in your case because you don't have a lot of lid for an eyeliner. Look down for me, darling, you're perfect. So I'm just doing it like this, right at the base of the lash. And now I go above the Endangered I had on earlier because I still need this to be nice and round over here. Don't forget that piece. And now the eyes should start getting bigger and more round. I'm going to do a little tiny bit more. Look that way for me if you would. Thank you, honey. You're a great model. Easy to work on. Very, very nice. So, this is the only color I would put on the bottom of your lashes. I would never put a brown on the bottom. It would be too dark for you. And residual only. We don't need much, honey. You're exquisite. We're already gilding the lily. So we're just trying to keep it very understated because I want your authentic beauty to be the thing that people remark on and that they get you for, not because you have your makeup just a certain way. And look up for me. So I'm going to get these you have long, luscious lashes. You're a beautiful, very lucky girl. Now, have you sent any thank you notes to your parents recently for all this beauty? Because, you really probably should. So that's what we're going to do for right now. And then we're going to play some more hair games. And then we'll come back and then I'll take you up a level. Okay. Is there anything that you're uncomfortable with or you'd like more of at this point?
No, this looks great.
Actually, before we break to that, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to give you a little more brow. Because now that we have it's called Blondie is your color. Always add above the brow. You have brows, which is, an amazing thing. Most women kind of give them up, in their teens at some point, but yours are here. They're beautiful. Your hair color of the brow is so perfect with your beautiful, lovely, authentic looking hair colors in your hair. So that's just it, a tiny bit. Can you see how that kind of framed the eye? So what I've done right now, this is, I think, an everyday sort of present yourself in a consistent way. You look professional, but not overdone.
And this is how I want to look every day. And it seems so easy to do, and it makes such a big difference, especially with a 2-year-old. I need something I can get into, do quick, and then be on my way. And this was so easy, but it's so great.
Thanks. So basically, review, we did a little cover-up. We did a little foundation in the center of your face. I bronzed you on the outside. A little blush and bronzer, to, just to contour you a little tiny bit. A liner on the inside, a softer on the outside. 2 coats of mascara, and a little brow pencil, lipstick, and a gloss. I mean, that's just one thing in each category. That's all there is. And then when after they get you all into your next whole wonderful, beautiful look, then there'll be 2 or 3 more steps, and it's still very easy. But that's why we're here, to teach you exactly what you want to learn how to do.